Don't care about people calling me on your old number? I'll sort it out. 10 years ago, I had just moved to Australia and gotten a new phone, but as it turns out, my number was someone else's old number. Every other week I'd get calls from a tradie who wanted to know why I wasn't on site, mate, or what I wanted done with building Project ABC. Every time I explained at length that they got the wrong number, and quite often folks on the other end were absolutely rude or thought I was taking the piss and insisted I answer their questions or show up on site. Now, I was over it, so I googled my own number and did some digging and eventually found out the guy who had my number before, then his new number, and then I called him. I politely explained my dilemma, pointed out that there were two websites still having his old number, my new number, and if he could please change this and let his contacts know about his new number, and delete the old one as it was getting quite tedious for me. By that time I had used my number for work, visa applications, and landlords and friends, and changing it would have been a huge pain. I explained all of that. Well, of course, he was just as unpleasant as most of his contacts and told me something along the lines of "I don't give a fuck, mate, that's not my fucking problem. Get fucked, sort your own shot out, mate." Well, the universe provides. A few weeks later I received a call one morning by another disgruntled guy telling me he was early and demanding to know where I wanted the sand put down and how to get in. I asked what sand was and was told he had a full truckload of sand as ordered, no one was on site, and it was all fenced off. I thought about launching into my explanation, but I was tired and over it and then realized the opportunity provided. I snapped back at him with no uncertainty. "Mate, it's all good, dump it all right in the driveway, front of the fence, we'll sort it out when we get there." The guy said, "You sure, mate? It's a lot of sand." Me, "Absolutely sure, mate, thanks a lot." Him, "Alright then boss," and hangs up. Well, I go back to bed, snoozing for another hour with a big smile until my phone rings again. It's old number mate. I pick up rather chipper, and he doesn't waste any time launching into a series of vicious swear words and a thick Australian accent and how he has no access to the site and that he has to move literal tons of sand by hand and whether or not I told the sand guy to dump it all there. I replied, "You told me to sort this out myself, this is me sorting this out. You can remove the numbers and let your contacts know or not. Totally up to you, mate." He was fuming, and called me a few more swear words, promising to find me and do bad things to my family and me. I hung up. The numbers disappeared from the internet really quickly after that, and I never got another call again. I still have my number, and every time I see a truck with sand, I chuckle to myself and think of the guy. I hope he thinks of me too.